So even video games, I think, fits this. A lot of activity on the right side, right? Because it's spatial, objects moving through space. Also, remember the right side is visual graphic. So those are centers for visuals. And are men not very visual? I mean, if you think about it, aren't boys and men very visual? I'll give you an example of just how visual they are. For the teachers who are here, let's say you give a writing assignment, or you at home, moms and dads, you're trying to help your kids or your son with a writing assignment. And let's say that all that was given, let's say you have a class of 26 kids, 13 boys, 13 girls. Let's say the teacher, so we're going to say 4th grade, the teacher says, okay, write about what you did over Memorial Day weekend. Good assignment. Write about what you did over Memorial Day weekend. Teacher says it verbally, right? And then she also writes it up on the blackboard, or she does it off her laptop and it shows up. Write about what you did over Memorial Day weekend. So that's a visual, it's a verbal prompt when she speaks it. And it is visual, but it's still words, right? There are no pictures or graphics when she puts it up there. Write about what you did Memorial Day. So the 13 boys and the 13 girls, as a group, which kids are going to be able to more quickly go from write about what you did over Memorial Day weekend to starting to write? Yes, and all of you can try this, by the way, and probably every teacher here will corroborate this, that if you do this, if you pick groupings and you do this science in your own communities, you'll find that more females can more quickly access their words. Now, we know why, right? Females are doing it on both sides of the brain. They just got a verbal cue. Both sides of their brain light up, and they're working. Let's say you say to these males, of which in that classroom you will probably have 3 to 5 in that 4th grade classroom who don't get there as quickly. Let's say you say to both the boys and the girls, by the way, why don't you draw for a half hour before you put a word down? Don't worry about words yet. Draw a storyboard of what you did over Memorial Day weekend. What happens? What happens, do you think?
The males will be able to work it out and then
right.
Absolutely.
She said a lot of these males are going to be able to draw it out there, and then they'll write about what they drew. And as Dakota is going to do this afternoon, Dakota, where are you? She was there. Where's Dakota? She may be in the restroom. Well, Dakota, she's our executive director of the Gurian Institute. She's going to do the strategies for teachers and parents who want gobs and gobs of strategies like this. As she'll help you to see even further, a lot of strategies grow from understanding the brain. And one of the first strategies, this goes back 25 years, one of the first strategies that I threw into the system was get the guys to draw. Because if they don't draw, then what part of their brain's lighting up? Some on the left where they do language, but it means the whole right side does not light up. And in writing their papers, they're competing with girls for whom both sides of the brain lit up. So the girls have more access to sensorial detail, just to words themselves. But once the boys draw, and by the way, some boys like me are really verbal. You don't need that from me. I mean, you just look at me and say hi, and I'll start writing, right? So you don't need this for me. But I'm talking that 3 to 5 boys who are getting C's and who you know could be getting B's or A's. Those guys will need this. When they do this, their grades go up from C to A or from D to B because they're not causing as many problems in the classroom now because they're not constantly getting D's. They like coming to school. They like being engaged. They like the drawing. They like that they're succeeding. They're causing everyone less trouble. And this is an example where if you feature and understand the male brain, you help females. And here's how. Now, 10 minutes a day of discipline problems with these boys that are robbing the girls of learning time doesn't happen anymore, right? This doesn't solve everything, but I think you get what I'm saying. Because the boys are engaged, because we're using their brains too, and we understand how they nurture, etc., it actually ends up helping the girls.